Ho, 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 ho. We've got a spicy one for you. A little bit of spicy news from yesterday and technically today when it comes to the anniversary calendar. Obviously, guys, if you could do me the usual by hitting the like button, as well as subscribe with post notifications on. Also, check out the second channel for live streams. We did an MCOC live stream yesterday. It'd be great to see you today at 2100 hours GMT for that one. Just before we get into the more spicy aspects of the information coming out of yesterday and today, and by the way, you can go to the pinned comment and click the time codes if you want to go to each individual story that you want to listen to. Obviously, the gifting event is something I've seen a few people like questioning in the forums, like when is it? It's always important to check out your inbox because when things expire, then you can't go back to them and refer to them. But as you can see here, I've taken this from a video. So the fact is, it's not until next week, December 17th, that is when we'll see the gifting event. So that's to give you the information. And by the way, just keep locked to the channel because I'll give you the info of when stuff is going to be dropped within the community. Also, and finally, Kabam dropped info of when we're going to see Variant 4, which drops this Wednesday at 10 AM PT time, which is 6 PM UK time for anybody that's interested. Obviously, do the timing in your respective countries to find out when this event does go live. Even though the event does give the scheme of things of being inclusive to everybody, it's not actually, and you will need a diverse roster for this. I'm not quite sure how things plan to be with the scaling of difficulty. Maybe there is a unique buff that benefits 1 stars, but it is going to be very interesting to see Quest 6 using 1 stars only. Well, there better be some odd scaling rather than this being about, you know, complete skill, because I can imagine, you know, getting 1 hit and getting down isn't going to be that exciting. Obviously, a full mastery build is going to be very important, so it's not really going to be available for those that have just done level 45. The new buffs seem to be intended to cause great damage against defenders and also obviously be their own kind of trickery. Crackling energy, striking the defender with a contact attack puts a passive energy damage over time effect on the attacker, dealing 0.5% of their max health every second for 10 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. Striking the defender with a non-contact attack removes all stacks. So is that intended that it's going to be for your 1 stars? That's going to be beneficial for them based on the amount of damage that is going to be ramped up, and obviously your evade game has to be on point. It's going to be quite exciting to see what champions to prepare against that. Maybe strong evade based champions that are in their abilities, possibly. Fundamentals: the defender has a minus 100% chance to use a special attack instead, or they gain a bonus based on their current power. Less than 1 bar, reduce all incoming damage by 95%. 1 bar gaining plus 2,100 block proficiency, and 2 bars all attacks are unblockable. 3 attack. Oh god, I mean that sounds very nice. I guess it's a case of power control all the way. Keeping it completely locked down could be the key there. So yeah, quite excited to power burn away champions' health, the power even to for my benefit. And then we've got Will of Khonshu, which is obviously relation to Moon Knight. Moon Knight's passive abilities are activated regardless of their current lunar phase. Does that mean that people are going to use their 5-star versions of Moon Knight for 3, 2 versions? Possibly, possibly not. And then finally we've got Echo Barrier. Defenders gain an energy barrier with 15 charges. Striking the defender, applying bleed effect, or applying armor break effect removes a charge. The defender is immune to all damage while the barrier has charges remaining. Charges are restored to 15 every 20 seconds. Ooh, sounds spicy. And I'm sure people will come up with clever ways, and obviously I'm interested when this goes live as to what the best champions are for what given thing. All information and rewards can be found in the link in the description down below, but now let's get into the juicy stories all about this calendar debacle. First of all, we've got to clear up some clarification. So first and foremost, as you can see here and read this 7-day anniversary calendar, starting on December 9th, at this time and finish at that time, summoners can reap the benefits of a special login calendar. Don't miss a single day to ensure you don't miss crystal shards, potions, rank up resources. That's going to be important. That statement there is important in a moment. Also, a lot of people have been asking about this special anniversary gift, and because I woke up in the UK, a lot of people from different countries, Asian countries, woke up and kind of didn't find an anniversary gift. It's important to mention that this may come later on today, or if not, maybe sometime tomorrow. It just depends on on time frames, but again, we'll talk about this in a second. Because a lot of you know that Marvel Contest of Champions anniversary is not technically the 10th of December, but that could be the 10th of December being in like Canadian time as opposed to it being any other time zone. More than likely, it should be something like 10 AM PST time, which is 6 PM UK time, and obviously whatever time you want to make it. Oh, and just to point out something, I got it wrong in yesterday's Marvel Contest Champions news video. I was kind of thinking of the previous year where we got Howard the Duck. But it's actually Taskmaster that we got. Thanks to everybody that pointed that out. But also this message here from last year is kind of important as well, because it states that this was delivered on the 11th of December 2018, which kind of implies that, well, will we actually get the anniversary on the correct time zones? It does say that it's going to be the 10th that we should receive this, so you kind of think that would be a thing, but look out for it maybe changing. Also, it's also going to be kind of interesting as well to kind of compare off in Marvel Contest Champions news on Wednesday, whether or not this here is similar to or better than last year's, because I would expect that people that have had further progression would get something like maybe a 5-star, maybe even like 6-star signature stones, and maybe 5-star signature stones as well, especially if you're Cavalier. If you're uncollected, I suspect you'll probably get exactly the same here, but we'll discuss this more on Wednesday's Marvel Contest of Champions news. But now comes the time to talk about what we got from the calendar, because like you're looking at this going, oh, right, okay. And then obviously if you've seen my video yesterday, you'll know that I put in the thumbnail what we had last year. And this is again what we had last year. So on day one, I'm not 100% sure if this was a special type of crystal or it was a 3-star crystal. It's difficult to kind of go back in time to find that out. But there is no changes, 0 changes to what the calendar has, except for an increase of double the amount of tier 2 alpha. And I'm just looking at this going, ha. The extent of grinding game when it comes to things like energy consumption really kind of puts to requiring a lot more of those energy refills. The potion side of things, because they haven't been scaled up against a lot of the health pools of champions, so you got your 6 stars and your 5 stars at rank 5, does really pinpoint that to be, shouldn't that be a bit more? And as well, like a few other things with this that, you know, you could nitpick, but there is one other change. And that was on day one, we picked up 2,000 5-star shards. Okay, so what is your point, Rich? What are you getting to? Is there a case we've been sort of devalued against the changing meta of the game? Yes, but yes for another reason as well. Because from how I read things, I thought this was going to be about progression levels. Shout out to Steve on Twitter who said and sent through this information here about the ways in which Uncollected and Cavalier actually are getting the same type of calendar. So as you can see, this is the calendar here for Uncollected. You then go over to the right here and this is the Cavalier one. There's no difference. And again, I thought this was meant to be all about progression level. And some people have said in some of the forums like, where does it say that it's progression level? And again, if you go back to where I started the video off and we reread again, 7-day anniversary calendar. Starting on December 9th at 4 PM to PST until December 17th, summoners can reap the benefits of a special logging calendar. Don't miss a single day to ensure you don't miss out on crystal shards, potions, and rank up resources. This particular announcement doesn't actually say anything about progression level, but when Steve sent through that message on Twitter, it also kickstarts something in me that kind of went, yeah, I've seen that before, where it's been worded a little differently. Now when Steve sent through the message, he also put a screen cap of something that is here. Now I couldn't find the in-game message, so I thought I'd go back to an old video and found a screenshot of this. And as you can see, it says under anniversary calendars, 2 different calendars will be active this month. We all know that the winter one is going to be the more lucrative one, the more kind of like juicier one. But when it comes to the anniversary one, it says, even though the dates are skewed off, it says we will have rewards specifically suited to your story progression. But Uncollected and Cavalier are exactly the same. But look, not to knock freebies in the mouth, I'm happy that they changed the 3-star, let's say 3-star to 5-star shards being 2,000. That is quite nice. Also adding an extra 9,000 tier 2 alpha. Again, that is nice. But if this is a big mistake from Kabama's perspective and the Uncollected was meant to be different, like for an Uncollected point of view, that's all right. I would say that they would probably require like a little bit more, but obviously feedback from you guys in the comment section, if you were uncollected, whether or not you feel this calendar represents you guys. But the Cavalier one, not really feeling it. So the fact is there something that was a mistake? Is this something going to be altered? We'll have to see what happens in the next few hours. Also, obviously, this is in the middle of night for Canada, so it could be a mistake, and it could be something that might happen. Who knows? We'll have to find out. Final thing to say is I'll let you know when I know it. This is a very odd time at the moment, based on what has been dropped in from these calendars, whether or not you feel that the uncollected one has been lower valued than you think it would be in. And also, like, for those that are Cavalier, like, I'm kind of looking at this going, do you know what, this isn't as much as maybe I would think it would be, but you know, it's up to you guys how you feel about this. Put it in the comment section down below, and I'll let you know whenever I know anything. And don't forget to check out some other content here and here, and I'll see you in tonight's live stream over on the RichTheMan 2 channel. Link is in the description. See you in the next one. Bye bye.